Hi everyone, we're going to write our h of x function 2/3 x squared plus 4x plus 6 in vertex form, so in this form. Then we're going to name the vertex, axis of symmetry, and the direction of opening for the graph. And I'm going to just sketch the graph just to give a rough idea of what it looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do is just change this to y. I'm going to also subtract 6 from both sides of the equation and then deal with this part. So what I'm going to do is factor out a 2/3. Now when I do that, this is what, when you're factoring out the 2/3, remember now we just have a 0 here, so we're just doing these two here. Divide by 2/3. Alright, and instead of losing the divisor, you're just pulling it out. So we got the x squared part. So that takes care of that. Now let's look at this. 4 divided by 2/3 is the same as saying keep, change, flip. You put that in the fraction form, you get 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So what we have here is 6. And we have a plus, so this will be plus 6x. That means when I multiply 2/3 times 6x, I'm going to get 4 back to my original. Now we're going to complete the square so we can make a perfect square trinomial. And what you're going to do is add your b divided by 2, so that's 6 divided by 2 squared. Now this actually equals 3 squared, which equals 9. So we're going to also add it to this side, but keep in mind you have to multiply that by 2/3. So it's really going to be plus 2/3 times 9. All right, now cleaning up, so this, let's go ahead and write this as a 9. So this is 9. Now straightening this up and simplifying each side of the equation, this is going to be y minus 6. 3 goes into 9. 3 times 2 is 6. So that's going to be that. Then we have 2/3, and we're going to condense our perfect square trinomial. This is going to be x plus half of 6 is 3 squared. Now this just equals 0. So if you want, you could put the plus 0 on this side, and you get y equals 2/3 x plus 3 squared plus 0. That means your vertex is going to be, set this to 0, get negative 3, and then your y portion is 0. Your axis of symmetry is your h part of the vertex, which is x equals negative 3. Let's also note before I sketch the graph that our y-intercept is when x is 0, so those would go away, y would be 6. That's going to help us graph it. This also opens upward because this is positive. My a is positive, so opens upward. Now, let's go ahead and graph it. We have negative 3, 0. So let's do negative 3, 0. The y-intercept actually really helps us. We already know it opens up, but it's going to help us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to go through here, and your axis of symmetry is x equals negative 3. Vertex was negative 3, 0. All right, so since it's symmetric, and this is your y-intercept, we can go over, this is 1, 2, wait, let's go here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's symmetric, so that kind of gives you an idea. We're just doing a little rough sketch here. So it looks something like this. It opens up. There we go. And that would be what your graph should look like. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.